What a chilly start, but at least the breeze has dropped off. Down here in Ventnor Bay, it's about 10 past 8 in the morning. Lovely and still. So what am I going to be up to today? Well, at 9 o'clock or 9:07 by tradition. Besties opens over there, so I'll be getting a coffee. He never opens bang on 9 o'clock. Maybe today he will. Depends on who's in. But before I go and grab a coffee, because it's not open yet, I'm going to go and do some birding. See if there's any migrants. There was a swift over this morning over Ventnor, over Wheeler's Bay. Apparently, so they're returning. Looks in a very sorry state, the winter gardens. But yeah, good to see the swifts returning. So just have a quick walk up the East Cliffs, Salisbury Gardens. There's Salisbury Gardens itself, the building. St Boniface Down up there. Thank you for whoever commented correcting me on the correct name for the downs up there. It's St Boniface, obviously part of Ventnor Downs. Always get muddled up between St Boniface and Luckham, Littleton. There's all sorts of little downland names up there which I get confused about, but yeah. So it's almost 9 o'clock, time for a coffee I think. And here comes the sun. So it's just after 1 PM. I'm going to see if I've got the stamina to get up to the summit of Steephill. Let's give it a go. So this section of a wall on Bath Road remains standing. Let's see for how much longer. Great tit up there. Not sure if you can hear it. Getting deeper. Really not sure Bath Road is going to be open soon, which is a real shame. The seafront down in Ventnor, down on the Esplanade, certainly needs this road to be reopened so that more people use La Fallaise car park and then go shopping. Go and buy their cups of coffee and meals down in Ventnor Bay. It's like a ghost town at the moment. Some Royal Hotel. Goldfinches singing. And a dunnock. Nice blackbirds. Blackbirds singing just up here. Hazel coming into leaf. field maple there, which is nice. That one's field maple, and the one that's not in leaf is ash. With some Boniface down behind. There's a blackbird sat in that ash tree. Field poppy. Nice big clump of poppies there. Lots of buds on it. Great tit. So I wrote a little post earlier in my communities tab on my Van Life channel about how I'm going to develop this channel and my video production process over the summer. So I need to invest in a couple of bits. So the donations you make via buymeacoffee.com alongside the YouTube ad revenue that I'm getting will help fund some new bits of kit that I'm looking to get hold of so I can improve my videos. So do read that little post on the community tab and tell me what you think. So we're just going to go up St Albans steps here. Head up this way, there's a molehill, fresh one. It's great to see moles here. Not sure they're actually in the undercliff, they may be. Continues to move. It's probably the best way of putting it. Looking down Rue Valley now, looking north up onto Littleton Down, part of Ventnor Downs. Just going to walk along this way. I love this little cemetery. So cemetery or churchyard? Tell me what the difference is between a cemetery and a churchyard. And to enunciate my words one of these days. I assume a cemetery doesn't have a church or whatever, whereas a churchyard does have a church, presumably. Tell me if I'm wrong. So we're up on the chalk now on this the grassland in this cemetery. It's full of wildflowers, and the top section they've traditionally managed as a summer hay meadow. Just going to have a look, and hopefully they still do that. If not, I'll have to wonder why, but I'm pretty sure they will still let it grow up as a hay meadow. No reason not to. Doesn't look hopeful, to be honest. It looks like it's been cut this spring. So this bit was always cut through the summer, which is a shame because again it's full of primroses and that kind of stuff. And they leave the cuttings on the ground, which are just adds to the nutrient load and makes the grass grow even more abundantly, and it looks like this area is no longer managed as a hay meadow. I'd love to know what the reason for that is. It's a real shame. Wonder who manages this. But yeah, this it was absolutely brilliant for ant hills as well. You can see the cowslips growing up in an area that's not been cut. Why would you not want a lovely bed of cowslips and other chalky wildflowers? Maybe they won't cut it from now onwards through the summer. I'll come up here a few times and see what the management regime actually is. I suppose grassland like this, what I would probably do is cut it in March. Each spring, give it one early spring cut and take off all these cuttings, because if you leave the cuttings there, it just, as I said, adds to the nutrient levels, which favours the grasses and knocks out all the wildflowers. So what I would suggest is one cut in March, rake off the cuttings, which is essential, and then no more cuts until kind of late July time, which gives all the wildflowers enough time to flower and set seed. I'd leave some areas a bit later, so cut most of it in July, late July, and then leave some areas uncut around the edges probably, just so the grasshoppers and all that can escape, although most of them don't. In reality, they don't all hear the mower coming and jump out of the long grass. They just get mushed up by the mowers. But yeah, definitely I'd like to see them reinstate the meadow management regime here. Quite why it's gone just a conventional mowing, I don't know. If that's what's happened, I'll have to come back later in the spring, early summer to see what's going on here. Right, I'm just going to cut through a gap in the gap next to the path up this way, if it's still there, and hopefully cut through onto the path that goes up through Rue Down towards the golf course, and then drop down to Rue Down itself, hopefully. Bluebells well in flower now. So the bluebells spread all across here, or used to. They've mown them all off now. See a few are flowering, but I don't know how well you can see those. This is where I need to learn how to operate a video camera, so I can get the settings right, so you can actually see better quality kind of image. May just be a limitation of the iPhone I'm using, but it's more likely just to be incompetence. Now they've blocked it up. Have the I don't know. Locals have found a way through. Why they would block it up rather than just put a stile or something in here so people can get through. Clearly everyone wants to get through. You know, from a public cemetery into a public local nature reserve. Why on earth you would need to put this fence in? Who knows? Bit of exposed chalk. So this is a footpath that goes from the golf course, which is just up there. It's really dark, this image. Golf course just up there, down to Steephill Down Road, Soapsuds Alley. Just checked the microphone hadn't run out of battery again. Look at these lovely cowslips. So I've just taken the microphone off. So I'm thinking you'll be able to hear the robin better without the microphone. Just using the microphone that's in the phone. Lovely. Get breezy again just down here, so I'll put the mic back on, but it's going to drop down this way. This is superb, this edge, for migrant birds, especially in the autumn. Pied flycatchers particularly like this rose sycamores, as do spotted flycatchers, but it's one of the more regular spots that I bump into a pied flycatcher or two on migration. Spotted flycatchers really love it up here. I no longer really go birding up here. It was my local patch at one stage, well, for about 20 years when I lived on Ocean View Road. This is blackthorn coming into leaf nicely, and this one's hawthorn. Sorry, the light is terrible. This one is hawthorn. That's better. With bluebells underneath. Lovely mosses and lichens and liverworts. Well, lichens, I assume. Some wrens singing. Let's have a listen. So I had a lesser whitethroat down at Flowers Brook, which is directly below here, a couple of days ago when there was that nightingale. And I was thinking it might be the lesser whitethroat that always nests up here on Rue Down. And if so, the territory's usually just down there, so might get it singing in a minute, we'll see. It's probably just some random lesser whitethroat that's just migrating through, but you never know, it may be the same one. Or maybe one of the territorial pair. Just heard bullfinches. Very discreetly calling. There's a pair just in the blackthorns just ahead of us. Blackcap. This slope here is really good for whitethroats on migration and chiffchaffs, especially in willow warblers. Just scanning with binoculars. I still haven't heard a cuckoo this spring. As I said in a previous video, I've not heard one here in the Undercliff for about 4 years. But I think there have been 2 this spring have been heard in the Undercliff. One at Nansen Hill, I think, and one around Seven Sisters Road in St Lawrence. So they have been coming through, trickling through. It's obviously a bird of prey somewhere, because a bit of anxiety being caused amongst the local crow population. It's probably the sparrowhawk again. It's been a male sparrowhawk that I've been seeing most days over the town. Can't hear the lesser whitethroat. Just have a quick look up here, then I've got to drop back down into town. Being scolded by a blackcap. Blimey, this has dropped a lot, this section of road here. It's been doing that for years, but it's dropped quite a lot lately. And there's new cracks in this section that's only very recently resurfaced. Oh dear. Trouble is, if you do too much work, like putting tarmac down on a section of road that's very unstable, it tends to become more unstable, especially if you put weight on it. So kind of a no-win situation, really. Down activity pillar. I wonder what that means. Right, I shall come back here as the spring moves into summer and all the wildflowers start to come into flower and the butterflies come out. But now I need to get back into town. Lovely view of Ventnor from here. So if you've not already subscribed to this channel, please do so. And press a like button if you like the video. If you wish to support individual videos, there's a thanks button next to the like buttons where you can make a small donation to any particular video that you like on my channel. There's a wren. That helps me get out in the field and record videos and also upgrade my recording equipment. But yeah, otherwise just enjoy the videos, and I hope you do provide comments in the comments section if you've got any comments to make. I always like the engagement. I can be a bit slow in replying at the moment just because I'm really busy. You know, it's a chiff chaff. There in the don't think you can see it. Let's lift this up a bit. Oh, there it goes. Obvious call. Like that. Nothing like that, but you know what I mean. It's a Steephill Down road, Soapsuds Alley. Another lovely view of the old Coombe Bottom and Ventnor radar station up on Ventnor Downs. I shall be going up there again soon. Back down here, that crack there is quite worrying. On that side of the graben, I'm going to head through the old chute, I think, or the cut. Wow, this is really up and down this section of path now. Vent has a lot of crack, so to speak. So somebody, I assume Island Roads, has stuck some tarmac in this big crack. There's a few chutes around Ventnor. So there's St Lawrence chute, Bonchurch chute, and Old chute. Can anyone tell me what the origin of that name is? I ought to know, and I'm sure Google knows, but if anyone else can tell me. There's the graben, big sinkhole. Right, let's drop back down into town. Avoid falling down a crack. Good grief, this one's opened up a bit. It's got weeds in it though, so it's been there for a while. So here's the wild orange tip caterpillar food plant. Is it wild mustard? I never know. I think I sometimes say wild garlic, but it's clearly not garlic, so, or is it? I think it's wild mustard. Tell me what this is, and therefore confirm what the proper food plant is of orange tip butterflies, of which I've only seen one so far this spring. Lovely lesser celandines, one of my favourite early spring wildflowers. So if anyone out there knows about gimbals, will it actually reduce the bobbing, or just make lower key wobbling more stable? Is my bobbing just too much for a gimbal to cope with? Name the species of bumblebee. Where's it gone? There it is. One of the common ones you'll get in your garden. Loving this stuff is this green alkanet. Again, if there's any botanists, do tell me. Black cap in the background, which you probably can't hear. Yeah, we definitely don't want this wall to collapse. Ventnor really will be doomed if that happens. Look at that view. Can't really beat that. Right, so I'm going to head down this little shortcut into town. It may not actually be the shortest cut, but that's the way I'm going to go. Look at those lovely flowers. That's how Ventnor should look at this time of year, not sprayed off by silly island roads and Isle of Wight Council quad bikes, spraying glyphosate everywhere. It's amazing, you see a beautiful display of wildflowers like that, then you come down here where island roads have sprayed everything off, killing the wildflowers and the lizards. Luckily they've missed this bit as well. Hottentot figs coming into flower. Coming back down now towards the Royal Hotel again. That's a black cap. Very common in the undercliff. Little grey bird with a black or brown hood. Right, back down now in Ventnor, as in down in Lower Ventnor. Don't think it's called Lower Ventnor, but you know what I mean. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do tell me if you did or didn't. Any feedback is always welcomed as Ventnor Bay. And I can see a traffic warden. Better get down there sharpish because I forgot to put a ticket on. Probably see him by the yellow car down there. Putting a ticket on right now. So I better get my running shoes on, which luckily I've got on. Anyway, do subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and I now need to go for a run.